There is no way in heck, no way in living heck right now that they gave us a D for that performance versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. No. Our defense alone carried that to an F. Like, our defense alone created their own letter. Like, it's beyond, like, L. It's all the way to Z. Joe somehow maybe brought it up to an F because he did play good football, and obviously 3 turnovers doesn't help. Again, like, there's nothing positive about what happened in that game. I don't see how you can give us a D. I think that is way too generous. I don't care the fact that we had, on the other side, we had a good, game technically on offense, 3 turnovers, but even then, I mean, we gave up 414 yards, 514 total yards. There is no way you could give us a D. Bro, we are like a G. I don't know that. And then, by the way, Steelers should get A+. I mean, they dissected our defense like we were a freaking 10-year-old out there playing football for the first time. Like, I give them an A. A+.5. I mean, they outplayed us in every circumstance possible. But it is what it is. Broncos B-, and then Browns B-. Honestly, I think the Broncos get an A. Well, I think both of these teams would get an A. Because the Browns going to that game had no right being in that game. Like, just because based on records and how they played. And they played a pretty damn good football. But can we just recognize the fact that the Broncos defense sucked this week? The Browns defense sucked this week. The Steelers defense sucked this week. I guess they did have 3 turnovers, but in reality, they still gave up a crap ton of yards and points. The Bengals defense, well, they got obliterated as always. It was not the week for defenses. That's like in general. This season has not been the year for defenses and has not been the year for kickers. Kickers have absolutely sucked as well. Chargers, Falcons, C+ and C. I think for what teams have done to the Falcons lately in this game, I believe was 17-13, I want to say. It was very close. For what teams have done to the Falcons lately, I think this was a huge L for the Chargers because I feel like the Chargers should have blew them out. Cardinals, Vikings. Cardinals had a lead in this game. They were rocking and rolling, and then the Vikings came back and ended up winning down multiple scores. Which again, shout out to the Vikings. Shout out to the Cardinals for blowing that. But, it actually had the scores up here. I did not even realize that. Wow, I did not even realize the score was up here. Well, yeah, 17-13. I was right on that one. Yeah, so the Minnesota won 23-22 because they came back. It was like 16-3 at one point. And they came back. Colts 25-24. Again, I'd give the Patriots either B+ or a B-. In all honesty, they had no right being in this game either. I mean, you see what they did the rest of the Dolphins. They got absolutely annihilated. So they had no right being in that game, and they found a way to not only stick it in that game, but be somewhat competent. Seahawks 26-21 over New York Jets. Again, another game here. The Jets were up 21 to, I believe, 6 at halftime, and the Seahawks came back and beat them. And that's just the Jets season in general. Yeah. The fact they scored 19 points in mainly garbage time always kills me. Jacksonville, Houston deserves an F-. For that hit on T-Law, Houston deserves an F- to say the least, bro. There's no way you're going to take a man's head clean off and you get a B+ for your team. I mean, I know they won, but they won by literally almost decapitating the other team's quarterback. That's winning at all costs, I guess. Rams beat the Saints, B to B-. Yeah. Tampa Bay, no, get out of here with this. Tampa Bay deserves an F-. I don't even care at this point. I'm going full-on villain mode at this point. There's no way you could tell me they deserve anything. First off, most of this game was 13-10, Carolina winning. And it didn't happen to the very end of the game where Carolina takes a 16-10 lead, and then they go to overtime. Tampa Bay should have had this game completely cleared and taken advantage of the whole entire game. There's no way in hell you could tell me that they deserve a C+. They deserve an F-. They went against one of the worst teams in the league, and they barely got away. Stop this crap. Hang on. I'm so tired of this. No, this is not the score. Here we go. Thank you. That's the actual score of this game. That freaking end of game. By the way, Baltimore needs to be looked into. Little side note here. They need to be looked into, and the NFL needs to do an investigation. Because at the end of that game, Lamar Jackson, the final drive, there's like 20 seconds left. He runs it 90 yards, right? Or 80 yards, whatever it was, 80 yards. And then they score a touchdown to make it a 5-point game when the game's already over. You're just doing that just to cover the spread and bet the over. It's literally just to go with the over and beat the spread. That's the whole purpose of that touchdown drive. And also, if you bet on the under of Lamar Jackson rushing yards. Yeah. Anyway, but with 7 minutes to go, they run the ball 3 times with Derrick Henry and then throw a crappy pass from Lamar Jackson. But at the end of the game, they run it. 24-12. Baltimore deserves an F-, and that all comes off the fact of Justin Tucker can't kick. Buffalo over San Francisco. Yeah. San Francisco is going through it, though. San Fran's going through it. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.